In the years immediately after World War II, the Santa Fe set out to redefine what a passenger locomotive could be. They wanted something worthy of their premier trains, a machine that didn't just pull the railroad's flagship consists, but announced them. What arrived between 1946 and 1948 was the ALCO PA1, Class 51, the most visually striking passenger diesel the Santa Fe ever owned. With its long sculpted nose, sweeping side contours, and that unmistakable red and silver Warbonnet, the PA1 looked less like a locomotive and more like a rolling movie star. It was designed to compete head-to-head with EMD's E units and F units, and in terms of appearance, it won that contest the moment it left the shop track. Santa Fe wanted prestige. They wanted a locomotive that matched the railroad's marketing image: fast, modern, glamorous. And ALCO promised exactly that: high-speed stability, strong horsepower at speed, and the ability to maintain fast schedules across long distances. On trains like the Fast Mail Express, the PA1 delivered. Out on the open plains, running 90 to 100 miles an hour, the PA1 was in its element. But Santa Fe didn't buy locomotives for beauty. They bought them for performance. And the PA1 was a mixed bag. The ALCO 244 engine was powerful, but temperamental. In the hot, dusty Southwest, cooling issues appeared early. Shops at Cleburne, Argentine, and San Bernardino discovered that the PA1 was far more maintenance intensive than the EMD units they were used to. Access to components was harder, electrical gear was more complex, and failures were more frequent. Shop time was longer. Crews loved the PA's personality: the deep, throaty exhaust, the distinctive turbo whine, the muscular feel that set it apart from the F units. But they also knew its limits. At low speeds, adhesion suffered. Wheel slip was common. The PA1 was built for speed, not switching, not mountain starts, and not slow climbing. It was a single-purpose locomotive on a railroad that valued flexibility. And unlike the F7 or GP7, the PA1 couldn't work locals, couldn't switch yards, couldn't handle freight, couldn't run branch lines, and couldn't serve as a helper. Its world was fast passenger service, and only that. By the early 1950s, Santa Fe's mechanical department began asking a bold question. Could the railroad keep the PA's iconic car body, but replace the troublesome ALCO 244 with EMD's proven 567 engine? This wasn't a rumor. It was a real internal study. Santa Fe engineers examined the PA's frame, the engine room layout, the cooling system, and the electrical gear. On paper, the swap was possible. In practice, it was something else entirely. Installing a 567 into a PA would have required rebuilding the entire engine room, replacing the generator and traction motors, redesigning the cooling system, and rewiring the locomotive from end to end. It wasn't an engine change. It was a complete gut and rebuild. And when the cost estimates came back, the answer was clear. Re-engineering a PA would cost more than buying a brand new F7 or GP7. Worse yet, EMD had no interest in helping ALCO survive by supporting such a conversion. To understand why the idea was even considered, you have to look through the eyes of the people who lived with these locomotives every day, the mechanical forces at Cleburne and San Bernardino. Cleburne was Santa Fe's heavy rebuild center, and from the beginning the ALCO 244 made life difficult. Crankshaft failures seemed to come out of nowhere. Turbochargers demanded constant attention. Oil leaks were never truly stopped. Cooling systems couldn't handle Texas or New Mexico heat. And the electrical gear didn't match anything else on the roster. Cleburne mechanics were used to EMD units, predictable, modular, and forgiving. The PA was none of those things. Their verdict was simple. Beautiful locomotive. Wrong engine. San Bernardino, the frontline shop for Western Passenger Power, saw the same story. PAs arrived hot after long desert runs. Dust and sand punished the turbochargers. Cooling system work was constant. Electrical failures stranded trains, and every PA spent more time in the shop than any EMD locomotive. Their verdict was even blunter. Grade at 90 miles an hour. Terrible everywhere else. Both shops pushed for the 567 idea because the PA car body was excellent. Strong frame, good ride quality, perfect for high-speed service, and visually iconic. Everything about the locomotive was workable, except the engine. And the 567 was the gold standard. Reliable, easy to maintain, already supported across the Santa Fe system, and proven in every climate and territory. A re-engined PA could have been the best of both worlds. ALCO looks, EMD guts. But once engineering laid out the reality, the full internal rebuild, the electrical replacement, the cooling redesigned, and the generator and traction motor swap, the cost exceeded a brand new F7, and EMD's refusal to participate. Both shops reached the same conclusion. We can fix anything, but this isn't fixing. This is building a new locomotive inside of an old shell. Santa Fe wasn't going to spend that kind of money on a locomotive that still wouldn't match the standardization and reliability of the F unit fleet. The idea was abandoned. The PA remained a beautiful but flawed machine, and the railroad chose to retire them early rather than rebuild them. The comparison that drove the final decision was stark. The ALCO PA244 was a racehorse. Fast, dramatic, but fragile. The EMD 567 was a workhorse. Reliable, powerful, and nearly immortal. The 244 struggled with crankshaft failures, turbo issues, oil leaks, cooling problems, and constant shop attention. The 567 delivered long service intervals, tolerance for heat and dust, simple maintenance, and decades of dependable operation. The 244 overheated in desert climates. The 567 thrived on Raton, Cajon, Abo, and Crookton. The 244 was strong at speed. The 567 was strong everywhere. The 244 burned bright and died young. The 567 lasted forever. By the mid-1960s, most Santa Fe PAs were gone. Meanwhile, the F units and GP series locomotives soldiered on into the 1980s and beyond. Yet, despite its mechanical quirks, the PA1 left a legacy no other Santa Fe diesel could match. It wasn't the most reliable locomotive the railroad ever owned, but it was unquestionably one of the most beautiful. Its Warbonnet profile became a symbol of post-war passenger railroading, and its presence on the Fast Mail Express remains legendary.